Today's video is gonna be a little bit different from my usual in that we're crossing over to beauty territory. There's a new local makeup brand that just debuted and it's called I'm a Beauty. This was their launch event and I'm sharing some of the footage to give you an impression of the brand's aesthetic and philosophy. As you can see, Ima has a bold approach that seems to cater to the younger set. But will makeup enthusiasts from other age groups appreciate what they have to offer? Let's find out as I give you the grand tour. As promised, we'll go through each and every product that they had on display, which is practically all the shades they currently have available. I say that as there were one or two shades from certain product lines that weren't on hand during the event. But for whatever was there, I took note of colors, finishes, and the overall feel. From what I gather, Ima specializes in highly pigmented and boldly colored makeup in the drugstore beauty price range. As of the making of this video, the suggested retail price or regular price for each and every product they sell is at 199 pesos. Let's start with the Flush Blush Powder Blush, which I find to be as pigmented as it is a mouthful to pronounce. These matte finish blushes currently come in 4 shades and are super smooth and finely milled. Barely is a blonde mocha that can double as a bronzer or contour powder. Crochet is a dusty muted mauve taupe. Heartbreaker is a rosy pink red. And Brunch, while looking rust-colored from the pan, actually swatches as a medium coral. It took 3 swipes to build up this level of color on the arm swatches, by the way. Now let's move on to the shimmery, sparkly Cheek Beam blush toppers, which can, as the name suggests, go over blush to create a custom color or serve as a highlighter. The texture for these is a kind of mousse powdery gel hybrid and has a squishiness to it. When the fingers are used to pick up topper pigments, there's this light whipped feel that also has a bit of waxiness to it. Darling is a frosted pinkish red. I noticed while swatching that this has a squishier texture than the 3 other shades. Cuddle is a warm, glowy golden bronzer shade with pink gold sparkles with a sheerness that can flatter both morena and lighter skin tones. Playdate is similar to Darling but leans redder and doesn't have a frosted look. She's a Charmer is a muted plummy pink with pink gold sparkles. Tip: I found that the best way to apply the blush is with a fluffy synthetic brush to pick up the tiniest amount from the pan and tap off the excess before using light strokes to diffuse evenly on the cheeks. Using a light hand is ideal and you can build up from there, and the topper is fine to apply directly with fingers. As for personal experience using the blush in Crochet and topper in Darling, I am able to apply a light enough amount that looks suitable for daily use, and I notice that fading is gradual and looks natural as the day goes on. For the brows, the Precision Brow Definer is a fine-tipped brow pencil for drawing individual hairs. It has a premium feel to it in the hefty metal body of the packaging. It's dual-ended and the lids are the same length, so you can interchange them. This comes in 2 colors. Sable is an ashy raven, almost black shade, while Cocoa is a natural brown color that isn't too reddish. Both could work with hair that isn't color treated. We are now moving over to the lip products, starting with the Mood Lip Color Bombs. There are supposed to be 6 shades, but only 5 are currently available. These are housed in the typical plastic tubes with caps you simply pull off. Baby is a slightly muted maroon shade. Cashmere is a fuchsia-tinged berry wine. Flutter is a red rose jam. Her is a pinkish beigey brown. And Illicit is a bright, flirty salmon. The matte pot lipsticks are different from the color bombs in that the packaging for these have screw-type caps, and the lipsticks in this line have brown-centric shades. The formula is a classic, thick, creamy, intensely pigmented satin matte, and they have a mild fruity scent to them like you would get from a gummy candy. Now with these types of creamy but also pigmented lipsticks, the tendency is for the formula to sit on top of the lips and migrate a little to the edges when you press your lips together, rather than settle in and get absorbed. And this is more apparent with the darker shades. So I would recommend starting with well-prepped lips and blotting the excess with some tissue paper. Burnt Bean is a warm medium chocolate brown. Brownie Points is a bit more reddish than Burnt Bean, sporting hints of brick or terracotta. Daredevil is a muted dark chocolate that's a mix of Sugar Rush and Marvelous. Sugar Rush is a deep burnt sienna. Audacious is a muted warm mocha. and Marvelous is a solid medium pink beige. There are two categories of liquid lip color from I'm a Beauty, the Hydro Hue Lip Dew and the Cream Plush Lip Tint, both going for 199 pesos a tube. And while there are supposed to be 6 shades per product line, there were only 2 shades per collection during the event. The main difference between the two is the opacity levels. Hydro Hue has a sheer glossy tint while the Cream Plush features opaque color. Both formulas are lightweight. The applicator is a flat or spatula type of doe foot applicator instead of the usual angled kind. The 4 shades here remind me a little bit of the color selection of the Mood Lip Color Bombs, but with some variations. Cosmic reminds me of Baby, a maroon wine but not as muted. Candid is the equivalent of Cashmere, which is a berry shade. Tea Party is a warm peachy beige, while Soiree is a pretty coral. Here, I've smudged the tints with my fingers to see what they could look like on the lips when blended with fingers. The water tints still have that sheer look, while the plush tints don't sheer out. And I noticed that the water tints tend to leave a little stain once removed, while the plush tints come off clean. If you want to know more about I'm a Beauty, I've linked their store in the description box. Please subscribe for more content like this.